back way. And my head stays small.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, what inside my small head, that's the logic, that's how it is. And that is one of the problems what we really have with people. And then when we say people sometime, I say other day, on the part one, me like state some things openly, categorically. So if a guy don't like it,
bite it.
and if they can't so like them spit it out. Because them can't so like. Black people have this thing about them where like, oh, that's the white man thing. The white man set the platform for a run upon it and make it seem like it's original. That's a black people thing, and I don't like that. The black people do some things and it's like, oh, it's the white man make them do it. It's not the white man make them do it.
Something like your attack.
Who make the white man do what they do? If the white man make the black man do, or have the black man for them way, who of the white man for them way, or make them do what they do, whatever they do?
The white man do what they do because it's their nature. So we have to do what we do because of our own nature. Our nature is not their nature. Black people nature is different from white man nature. So when the white man do what he have to do, we don't have to follow them. We don't have to compromise with them. We don't have to agree with them. That means sometimes we compromise too much that we be turned into a slave. That's what happens, you know. Because like you say, you know, them do them thing, we don't have to do what them do. Because we have our own mind, because guess why? We were brought up differently. We are a people of a different nature, of a different philosophy, of a different mentality. You understand? Yeah. Black people are God-fearing people, you know. Black folks are God-fearing folks. White people don't fear God, you know. White people play with God thing.
Use it against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And use it against us. Remember, so the first structure they build when they come to the whatever they call it, New World.
Yeah.
The first structure they always build is a church. And remember and listen to the prayers them what them teach us. And listen to the words them carefully. Yeah. Yeah. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Listen carefully. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us not to trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation. Who is I to ask God to lead us not into temptation? Think about that. You get to me I come from? No, me I go ask the Almighty, who I know is a real powerful Almighty way response for the whole away. And him still good in a way all the way through. Now me I go come back to him and say, boy, Father, please don't leave me in no temptation. So I don't lead people in a temptation. See, sometimes we say some prayer, them teach us this prayer for hold us back down, hold ourselves down as black people. So sometimes we are sin and we never know say we are sinning. You know? Yeah, and we think say we are praise God and a sin we are sin. You get where I come from? So the words them, like I'm saying, a word, sound and power. The words them where I come out of your mouth, the same words can defy you. So when them teach you all them prayer, them think they come from the same Christian religion.
And so you know the guy, you're not going to ask him why I'm not getting no tea from morning. You're going to say, yo, you know, it's not good, but you give him a $5 or a $10 or $20, whatever. Probably really tea need, you know. You want to go buy 2 whistler or one split for a piece of front up. Because that's the thing they might use a run the cut now. You shouldn't have say that to you about him not have no tea from morning. A guy responds to make sure him have him tea, provide him tea, so when he wake up, him can drink some tea. Now if a guy don't want to drink no tea, but him provide him tea and leave it in there. Him go on the road, but don't go on the road till a guy say no drink no tea from morning and have no breakfast. You can't do that. That's not right. Because I think every guy have to defend them own happenings. Them own settings, you have to set your things and me understand sometimes where you're like, oh, you don't like this happen, but you know, happen the way or the time where you expect it to happen. So, people in general, I must say, I love people, but sometimes people get me like carried away, which you probably say me shouldn't make them get me carried away. But then the behavior, the attitude, the style of people, sometimes me have to like, you know, want to talk to people sometimes. I want to talk to people because it all comes, as they said earlier in the first clip in that day. It's a common sense thing. It's not about because you got 6 farm or 7 farm or 8 farm. It's a common sense thing. So, creation, the designment of creation, the whole happenings of creation, everybody have them own flex about it, what they think about creation. Like I said earlier, the guy them said 4,000 years. And if me should say to yourself, we are talking about 13.8 billion years. The whole happenings come into existence. Probably you're gonna say, oh, me come by that. Where's the proof? Prove it to you.
No, we not said
No.
4 million. We said 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5 billion. But me said 13.8 billion.
Older than that. What am I saying? Yeah.
No. Our people, black people, I said before, which we didn't like to do that, but we are going to do it. And the white man said that. So to the white man say, it can't be that way. It can't be that way. But at the same time, the black man are not telling us how long creation start. Them can't tell us that. The black guys cannot tell us how long creation start. So even the white guy come and say, 13.8 billion years. I don't want a guy to squeeze up themselves and make them head swell and things say. The white man blame the white man. Because if the white man can give you a figure and the black man so...
Why can't we?
Huh? And the black man is so magnificent, articulate. They are so clever. They are the first. I think they should give them people a figure too.
No, alright, here we go now. I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem lies there between with technology now and access to technology. For example, these modern archaeologists, which are white men, they have the necessary tools and equipments to get their job done. You get me, I say? And like, not necessarily that they mean they're right, Get to me, I come from. But I'm just giving you I'm giving you the reason why the black man cannot give you a figure upon certain things, because the white man have access to these tools that they have. The way they can tell you, say, all right, the world is 4.5 billion year old, which them wrong. You understand? But what I try to show, my point is, when the white man set a benchmarking and I show you one thing, you know, say, if a thing where them show you where I lean towards black folks, you know, say, what them tell you is greater than what them tell you. You just use a common sense and know that, So if them all tell you, say, now, for example, say, them find a fossil of a black person in Africa, that is the oldest fossil that they ever found in creation on the land. And this fossil is, this is their information now. They're saying that this fossil is, say, 2 million years old.
Yeah.
Say, I'm just giving a figure. They say this fossil is 2 million years old. What we should do if we have our common sense is to know that this fossil is definitely not less than 2 million years old.
It is.
It is more than they're telling us. So what we have to use our common sense and use that to set a benchmark to know the real story. So it's not like, say, we're going to say, blame black people and say, boy, we can't give our people a figure. We can if we add the equipment and the tool to do it.
Fine. So, what would cause why our race of people, black people, not putting out the effort for really, when the guy them said 2.3 million, them find that fossil? Why we don't put out the effort, even without the technology? Why we don't put out the effort? If they say, say 2.1 million, them say we're going to try to see if 2.3.
Them do.
Why them don't do that?
Man, them do, man. Lots of black scientists go beyond them research, and take what them give you and go back and do their own research. And even discover that what they're telling them is greater than what they're telling them, or they're leaving out some of the stories. So they have scientists, and remember, the world get modern now, and black people have certain powers right now where them are capable of cleaning up certain mishaps and certain misinformation that they give to people. We have the power now, and technology is there to get these things clear to people. So it's not like the information is available,
I know.
Yeah.
It is there. But the moon, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember that argument bring up other day, but the moon. They went to the moon 1960, whenever time, 69, 60, somewhere around there. In my reason with my people sometime, they tell me, I'm never going to the moon. Man can't go to the moon. Now, do you think man went to the moon?
If I think man went to the moon?
Yeah.
Alright. I think men eventually went to the moon. Yeah. But I think also they use hoax to tell people that they went to the moon at a time when they didn't actually went to the moon at that time.
Fine. So, when did they actually went to the moon?
I don't know that.
You don't know.
No, because they don't. I cannot know that. You have to take for what they sell you. What did they tell you? What the time did they give you?
I think 1969, somewhere around there.
Well, they didn't go to the moon that time, in my opinion.
So that's why I'm
I think
asking.
You're wrong. I
No,
think they lied those times.
okay. So I'm asking you now. That's what I'm asking you. When do you think within your they went to the moon?
I don't like. All right. Me tell you. Me not have no figures, but based on technology and the advancement of technology, I'm using my common sense and say they probably had finally made it to the moon. Say maybe in the past 20 or 30 years. But the times that they were giving us back then, I don't think it was they went to the moon. I think it was all a hoax.
You think it was all a hoax?
Of course. I think when I'm saying Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, the first guy.
Remember, if you remember clearly, they had put out a tape about that, and remember the image. I refresh some because say people see them sitting here already, so people can remember these things. Remember, there was an image on the moon when they landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Neil Armstrong had landed on the moon, and they were placing the American flag on the moon, right? And they videoed all of that to bring back to Earth to show the people that they did make it to the moon.
Yeah.
With the astronaut placing a flag on the moon. However, in that video clippage or footage, the fan was waving. There's no gravity on the moon, so it is impossible for the flag to be moving on the moon when there is no gravity on the moon. You get to me? I come from. So that right there explained to me that it was an hoax. And guess what? There was a long program about that same incident, But that main point that the person brought up, it convinced me because I saw the video myself and I saw a flag waving for real. You understand? And if you're claiming that there's no gravity on the moon, it is totally impossible for you to set up a flag with a piece of cloth on it and it waves. So that's why I say I'm supporting the fact that no, they didn't went to the moon those times. You know what I'm saying? And there's, in my opinion, there are convincing, especially that particular incident.
With the flag.
Yeah, that's strong evidence to me that there's some hoax right there. You understand? There were rumors actually that all of that was a stage in one place that them called Area 51.
Yeah.
You ever hear about a place that they call Area 51?
That's my place.
Are your place?
That's my place.
Tell me some more about it.
No, go over there. So she know what happened, participate.
Good man.
Soon get involved.
Want to learn about that? Area 51. Tell me something about it.
No, it's not really me of the really documentary about it, the teaching about it, but that's me say that's my place. I watch a few settings on it and it interested. Area 51. I think that's where them designed the first spy plane. The spy on Russia, I think. And I think that's something you can go back and look into. But from what I see and what I remember, I think that's where them designed the first spy plane, the spy on Russia. But Area 51 them claims it at the place where the government interact with the higher social media. On this higher social media, then me talk about the UFO then from other destination. Area 51, New Mexico, where the craft crash. Roswell. That argument come up on the day, right? In part, in the day when we walk by the home.
Probably.
Roswell was a show you to come on TV every Sunday on ET. Now Roswell, that's the happening, the craft where they crash New Mexico. And when it crashed, the people, that was the Indian them at the time, because that happened from 1945, 47, right somewhere in line right there. When the craft crashed, for whatever reason caused it to crash, the people who were there, them see the whole happening. But in minutes, the military from the state, and I say the state, I'm talking about America, come and them close off the whole surrounding, shove the people aside because this is private, government, personal affair. And them do what they have to do. On the video camera, them show you where them come with a lorry, that's the military. And them go at the crash site and them wrap up the image when come out of the craft, put it in the lorry, take it to the hospital. I don't remember exact, but 3 images. I think there's 2 did die, 1 didn't die. And in the process of the hospital, the doctor do the whole surgery work. I think 1 died. But in the body now, they bring it to the military institution and have it for years running tests, experiment and all those things. As I said, people say it's a hoax. And there are people who say yes, it do happen. Because if you, me and you sitting here, or when we look, we see something come and drop over there. Both of us see it. But then in minutes, we see some guys come in a black clothes, black hat, all them shoes black, and surround the place. And then we can't look again because we're not supposed to look. Something is happening where we're not supposed to have no knowledge about. I think the UFO is there for real. Not a joking, it's not a hoax. Both other image, other species live on other planet. For me, that's a real thing.
Species.
Yeah, you can't. No guy can tell me say we are 500 million planets in our Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah.
And our planet is the only perfect planet what designed like us. No, I'm not gonna buy that from no guy. Neither the Chinese guy, nor the white guy, nor the black guy. I'm not gonna do that. Black people need to get out there and do some more research. Don't sit. I don't want that guy to sit down on him for because him figure say him can drink a beer and drink around and smoke weed and see a female pass and call to the female. No, the black guys, they need to go out there, put in much more research.
I have a question about alien. Because you know what always tripped me out? What tripped me out a lot, is like most of these like alien movies when you watch.
Yeah.
The aliens always make we earthlings look stupid. Like we are advanced above us in all levels.
In the movie.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that?
No, that is something what is in real life. But I don't know how long it's gonna take you guys to find out this is not just about a movie. This is a real happening, what coming.
So they're more intelligent than us.
Of course they're more intelligent than us.
Advanced in anyway.
Technology.
Okay.
I think I said to him the other day, I don't remember. But technology original.
People I learn in origin. Yeah, I learn something from it. And God, like me say, I know my out of earth, but I learn still. I learn, I absorb it, I learn in origin. Me's an open-minded person, like you always say, I like to be open-minded people. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm an open-minded person, so I listen to you and your logic them sound. I have a lot of evidence to back up your thing to on a level. So I hear you.
You have to observe these things. Because just like our guy said to himself, so right now we're going to be down to the clothes and go link Shirley around this stuff. And they might go down to their friend and go drink some beer and smoke some weed and party. Same way a guy can say, so right now, they're going to make a different thing. And think about 10 years from now, Port Antonio probably covered with water. A guy now really think that, A guy think about what him think. If he go do as me always tell my so-called friend them say, right now, most black people, they know what they want to know, not what they should know. Because that's two different happening, right? Most black people know what they want to know, not what they should really know. And then you can't go tell a guy, say, yo, you know, say, the column 2x2. The making a mechanism. You know if you tell a guy that keep on repeat it over and over. Say, why don't you keep on if you repeat it to a guy? You know what's gonna happen, right? Alright, I will show you say, a guy not really interested. The width of the column. And it's very simple. Don't it very simple? But let me say, don't worry. 2,000 years ago, here's some church people come talk blah blah about 2,000 years and them say 2,000 God did not come and 2,000 Jesus did not come. Don't worry, the same thing we had put in,
Yeah, man.
What happened 2,000? What happened 2,000? Any one of you guys can answer it.
Was this a regular day?
2012.
No, just 2,000.
2020.
What happened in the circle at 2,000 right there? Any one of you guys can, what happened in the circle right in the bracket at 2,000? What really happened?
Refresh my memory now, it was a pretty normal day to me.
Listen, remember, Mr. Into the circle.
Into the circle.
So I'm talking about 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003.
Oh,
what did happen in that circle right there?
Oh, in the 2000s.
Right?
Technology.
What is your
Because I don't want to. Me not see nothing. You
don't see anything happen?
No, sir.
What about you, sir?
I see a lot of things happen.
Give me one of the main things what you see happen where you could connect to where people were going around talking about gotta come 2000. Just connect something there. That's me can say what me have to say.
Well, in my opinion, because people was always looking back to the Bible, you know, for signs of what them call God returning. People used to say children having children, daughters killing mothers, fathers killing sons, and I mean, people have all kind of excuses and justification to say why they think that the year 2000, you know, there was gonna be a disaster. But I mean,
Fine.
probably tell me something that stood out. I don't remember.
Fine. One of the argument was the Almighty, the designer for the universe, come 2000. That was one of the argument from morally the church administration.
Yeah, return.
The Bible didn't tell no guy that. The Bible never tell a guy that. The Bible tell a guy say every 2000 it will be a changes. What was the changes in the circle at the 2000? We come back to it again. Come on, the guy come think say this is a joke thing, you know. What was the changes in the circle at the 2000?
Me not even know if it tell us.
The changes, lots of changes happen, you know. We say governments start getting corrupted. We say power shift happen from the United States.
Racism turn up more.
From United States to China. We saw different diseases deriving, coming up, you know. I mean, those are the obvious things, you know. Things, you know, that people see, you know. So if you see something different, I would really like to learn about it.
Okay, fine. 2000, the designer come who designed the whole universe. That's what some people were saying. That was just some people.
Right.
That I don't think that's stated in the Bible. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. No. Every 2000, it will be a change. No, the biggest change to happen at 2000 in the circle, I'm not saying no. 9/11, 2001, the plane flying in the World Trade Center. No, from that happened, the whole global economic, everything, the system shift, change.
Yeah, that changed.
Drastically.
That changed a lot.
Would you admit that?
Yeah,
Could you go back to that?
Yeah, man, you're right, man. That was one of the most
2001, 9/11.
That was one of the most significant happenings in the...
Exactly.
There's no ask a question the right way. I'm going to ask that then.
What do you mean?
One of the most significant happenings in the 2000, man.
No.
You know, the World Trade Center
And the same
bombing,
thing,
you know?
Max said, you're fine.
Yeah,
But the same thing, you must say to me, say, when me talk, me have to be careful because I'm going to say certain things and I'm going to really put it signboard. So if a guy don't really knows the signboard me talk sometime, a guy go say, what are he talking about?
Yeah.
Me say, yo, make it stay because what going to happen once this thing will go prolong, they will go want to know and I come tell Drizzy if you tell me say they want to know exactly what me I say. 9/11, the plane of flying the World Trade Center, 2001, 9/11. From that happened, the whole thing shift.
Yeah,
Not just in America, the whole globe.
Globally,
Everything changed.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you have a full understanding. Probably he gonna say he not because he wanna claim his alibi, him young to that happening. I don't want to hear that. Technology is what come about and they claim they are the one who in charge of technology now. Now in the Bible, one of the great, what you call him, prophet, St. Paul, kind of a book in the Bible, you know.
Yeah.
Him say every guy, me use the word guy, when him say every man to them own order. Him say every man to them own order. So if you want to drink white man sleep on the pizza, your business, that's not my business. Or when me a pass, I'll never say, yeah man, that him like and that him want. I'm not going to come to you say, yo, get up on your yard. Because that you want to do.
Yes.
If me want go in the bush and go raise cow and goat and pig and donkey and alligator and buffalo, that's my happenings. So me don't want the guy come tell me say, no, isn't a good thing for raise cow because that's a hard work and that's a tough work and a whole different thing. Me don't want no guy come tell me that. No, me don't want a guy come tell me that.
Yes.
Because you have most of the guy them right through the system right now, globally. Them go to 6th farm, they go to school and go to 6th farm. And whichever farm them go. And them tell you how much scholarship, how much degree, how much O level and you name the level what them get. But then, what the big deal? What is the big deal about that? What is the big deal about that, sir?
What is the big deal, Bambi?
No, me ask you, but seriously.
Do you blame our society that cause that kind of thinking?
When you say our society, which because
The way how we are brought up, we're in inner city on a whole is there's like a different world from actual major cities. Where we go back to in regards to inner cities, when we spoke about St. Elizabeth and Clarendon being
the
major
farming industry in Jamaica.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider Kingston and Montego Bay and the places there. And that's why I overstepped when I said that tourism was the main capital, because it was a city that I was brought up in.
Yeah.
So in defending that, I grew up and know that I didn't know about any farming. I'm a city kid. I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah.
I was born in a concrete jungle, so I don't know about farming and what was back then.
And I understand that.
Yeah. So in growing up now and nowadays, tourism is what is basically representing Jamaica on a whole.
Yeah. Tourism is our number one structure. Our hub. What you want to call it? Up then. Our main thing. But really, go back to the farming. If we run away or shun from farming, that's gonna be one of our terriblest disaster. Farming.
It's very underrated.
In Jamaica, because as I say, y'all some female that come talk about, oh, they don't want a guy with the farming. Because, they want the guy with sit down about town talk and robot them.
Why is that?
Why?
Not really talk about the one them a robot their hand, but the ones that are actually upper class, like doctors and lawyers. Why is it that a city girl, may I use myself, would look on a farmer where no, he plow him land and he will provide, definitely.
Yep.
Because that is something that you can't lose off of that.
No, you can't
People
lose.
eat and you need produce, you need to feed your body.
Every day.
So that is one thing we know, so they can't lose off of that. But even though he's taking care of me and him treat me like a queen, why is it that I'm still not attracted to him? Because of the mindset. We grew up wearing that a subject alone. We're supposed to make sure so we get. We don't really care about skills and all them something there.
Not to interrupt you, but that's one of the same thing what me have a problem with the people. Honestly, the people. I don't want a guy come think say me I bash them government with our black clothes or our purple clothes. The government, one of them argument is the kids they must go to school, get them education to move ahead, because technology, okay, it advance and everybody are getting to. When you hear the government put that out there to the youth them, just like the guy come out there and say he might carry one truckload of goat come to Portland. And the youth them him saying was mostly a base up to give the goat them. Which youth now I go on wake out in bed 5:30 in the morning or 6 o'clock to go tie out goat. Which youth now in this civilized time according to them, you know, I go really want to know say, you know, with a rain of falling at the goat after goat to get feeding.
So
hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Well, it was a bad sales pitch.
Okay.
You know the reason why it was a bad sales pitch? He had good intentions, you know, but it was a bad sales pitch based on the type of young people that we are dealing with today. You get to me I come from? So the intention is good, you know, but the sales pitch was bad. That's all I have to say about it.
Very bad.
Yeah.
The land down here, we're gonna put in sufficient farming. That's why we don't have to take sweet pepper, tomato, carrot, Irish from the state. But when them ship them stuff down here, because our guys down here, because lots of them involved in the process, you know, where them have them friends and them have them claims that them have their money, so them can't say, listen now, they must go overseas to do some in our country, agriculture wise, and it work out for them where even though them spend $10 for the shipping, word speaking, when them come here, them still can sell it back and them don't lose. But the guy down here who have had sweat in the sun, when he reap quarter square of carrot, you hear him say no make the money out of it. He no make the money out of it, you know. According to him, even though he is selling his carrot a pound for $80 down here, and the guy who take his carrot from America come down here, he must sell for 40, and the guy wants to sell for 40, him don't lose. And him comfortable with it because it's a business he's doing. It's a business he's doing, you know. So this is something where I think people overall, in general, has to get on board. Oh, the guy, think about it. Oh, the guy can bring down a container, sweet people come down here. Get it sorted out up there. Clear it, send it down here. Clear it off away off. And when they come here, them still sell it for a cheaper price more than the farmer in Jamaica. And them not lose. So people have to get that together. And you can't get that together.
What do you think, Kaza? First of all, farmers here shouldn't be paying for land. You know? You should be giving the farmers the land free to farm.
And we should be taught in every school, because some families don't grow up in the whole farming industry.
Exactly.
It should be an option in school.
Yeah.
School, as we said before, in outer cities, the school them mostly focus on subjects. Nobody really cares about a skill. That them having that them painting our mind. So this is where that they can actually intervene and say, hey, this is something you can do as a skill, or you can look into something different apart from just having subjects.
Yeah.
Having or being, as I said, book smart but not street smart. So why is it that they're not giving us, especially city kids, the option of that? Is it that it's dying, or is it not that they're not focusing on that right now? Where, as we said before, tourism, we really are focused on. So they might build a concrete jungle for pose the money where they come in, and now put in the money where it's actually put where they feed with. If the tourism don't work out.
Right, they need to put more in farming, and that's at the bottom line. They need to put more in the farming. And we won't put more in it, because a solution we have to think about, you know. You know what the next one, but I like to think about solutions. So my brain always think about solutions. You know, so when I hear a complaint like that, I always try to think about how you fix it, you know, how you fix it. So my opinion all the while is about the same program where, you know, charge the farmers for the land to farm on. Because guess what? You give them the land free and you equip them. You understand? Because when you give them the land free and you equip them, you set up your industry, you know. You already have your industry set up in terms of your export thing. Because this is your responsibility. And to equip me. Once you equip me now, whatever I produce, you're going to take it from me. You understand? No, I'm going to make so much taxes. I'll make so much taxes off of that.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't need to charge me for the land. Because you're going to make lots of taxes off of me.
Yeah.
You get to where I come from? You know? It's just like the sufferation we are going in Jamaica, okay, it pertains in the same way to the land thing. Land is valuable, you know. Enough people never own a piece of land, or when them dead, them own one. Like every man is entitled to a little piece, you know, a little square you want to bury, you know. Some people are the only time them ever get an opportunity to own a piece of land when them gone down there, so.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, like the same land pertaining to the land thing now, the government need to. You have 4.5 million people. Whatever government in you have 4.5 million people living in Jamaica. Something like that, 4.5 million people. Now, you have people who are involved in the democratic process, being a part of Jamaica, in terms of the people who were registered to vote and take part in the voting selections.
Yeah.
Just like the other day when they were giving out programs, money for the system, you know. No, you take those people out of it, all of the registered people, register for vote. On both parties, because you deal with Jamaican people, it's not about politics.
Yeah.
You're only dealing with the people who are involved in their country. You're picking them first because they have a right. Because they're getting involved in the democratic process of their country. Yeah. So they have a right for first option. So you pick those people first. And you give every man a 2.5 square of land. Not even an acre. You give every man a 2.5 square of land. And you issue them a title for it too. Now just give them a land where later on, you know, say somebody can come push them over it and take it back from them and say, boy, we need this again, you know. No, you don't give them that way there. You give them it and issue a title for them. You understand? And when you do that now, guess what happens? You see that piece of title, That piece of title is a start, you know. Because you can step to the bank with that piece of title and you can have an idea and get a loan to start your own business.
Yeah.
So you see any government implement that? Them have the whole country, them will lose election again. I tell you that. Any government implement that, them never lose election again.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these people don't know what they want, you know. Most youth want a yang for ride. Most youth want a little deportee or a little car for drive taxi. You understand? But those things are not of any substance. The bike will rotten down, the car will go broke down, and it will eventually rotten down. But when you get on 2.5 square of land with a piece of title,
Yeah.
you know how far that can bring a young man or a young woman